Look at these. So this was actually something that I drew on the ferry from Bornholm when we was at the people's meeting. But I didn't really get to show it, or I forgot to show it last time. So there you go. And yeah, today I do have to get back to packing. I don't really want to, but it has to be done. Do I look a little red, or is it just me? I almost just woke up, so I'm done with packing for today. But this week I really do have to take it seriously because, yeah, the moving date is moving closer and closer. But I'm also just so tired today. I don't know what it is. So I don't even know if I can really draw anything profound or just that's okay. But I really am like inspired and want to draw like environment stuff, but I don't know if I really like have the focus to do it. I might just end up getting really annoyed. My dad came to intervene, so to make some dinner for us. And he went to the fitness center. I'm making some potato pizza and watching a video about how to draw grass. Also, the amazing weather is back since it's been like raining for a week since the people's meeting. And it's been so warm today, so nice. Because it has honestly been feeling like 10 degrees, like how it felt in spring. So it's really nice that the sun is back. But like the flowers are slowly dying now. Or at least these rhododendron is called in like Danish are dead. Their life cycle is over for now. They were so pretty though while they were pink. I also wanted to draw some grass, so I tried. I don't know, I think it's fine for what it is, but I'm not sure that this is what I actually tried to like draw. But it turned out a different way. Yeah, it's kind of hard to draw grass and not make it like overly saturated with details, and then it just looks weird. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this colored pencil brush. And now I'm just sketching. Okay, so I thought let's have a little Pinterest session. I've done this once before, and I thought it was really fun, and it seemed like I got like more views with it. So I think that probably you guys also think it's a fun thing to do. My folder that I've just like named Bogillu, which is like short for bogillustrationer, which is like book illustrations in Danish. And I don't know how I organize and come up with the names of my folders. Like, it's just based off of vibes always, I guess. Okay, so I kind of want to try and have a theme throughout this little session, which is gonna be space and the way different illustrators use their space environment and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you can tell what I mean with space, but this is also a good example. Like, the space is totally warped, but at the same time, and we still understand it, right? On some level, it actually makes it easier for us to understand because you can really feel the stream in this drawing and the dramatics of it. And this guy, he's just having fun writing the stream. And also, like, the space isn't perfect at all, but it's done deliberately to make it more interesting, and the perspective of it is so warped. And here, if we're gonna talk about space, I also really like when illustrators make it extremely crowded, like the space extremely crowded. And my favorite thing is when things are warped, the perspective is off, everything is like not really right, and it's extremely crowded. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I love that. And I don't know if I can really find really good examples. Here is also an example of what I mean. It's so crowded, but so flat, but has so much depth at the same time. And like the characters, and there's just so much that you kind of have to, you can keep looking at this forever and you'll find new things, and I just love that. And this as well. And like you can see the outside of the castle, but you can also kind of see the insides in small like snippets, and it's almost like comic page here, because there's there's like a story going on inside in all of these small holes. So it's almost like a panel, and I really love that also. You can really live inside of this, feel what it's like to be inside of this castle. And also with space, there's just some people who are so good at creating composition with space. And I'm also so jealous when people does that so masterfully. Also here, love that. And these unreleased Hobbit illustrations I just love so much as well. Like the characters, I think they're a little bit too big, right, for this. Like realistically, if you were to draw this like as hyper realistic, I think this bridge would be very small for the size of those characters. And like these birds are very big as well. So it makes it so cartoony and so expressive. Oh, and I've been really obsessed with these kind of maps as well. That's like the space is so flat, but it also makes them extremely clear. And I love how some of these maps that I find are so like this one. It's the perspective is terrible, and also just that these flowers are way too big compared to the city. I love the play in that. It's so playful. This one I really like as well. Just the colors is so striking, and then there is like some parts of it that's quite somewhat accurate to perspective. For example, these houses, but they're accurate in themselves, but not accurate to the environment around them. Which I also really love when you place different perspectives in one place. That is also so fun, I think, to really warp the space. This one is also so fun. Oh, and this one, the house on the top, it's so good. And so kind of blocky, but it's also really nice. Oh, and this. Like here there are also different structures with different kind of perspective in the same frame. It's just kind of placed randomly together, but it also really works. Like Slavic illustrators, I don't know, they're on a different level. This guy, he's called Albin Brunovsky, and I've become obsessed with him. And also this is also him. The way he uses color and shadow is so just masterful. And also the way he uses space sometimes is also so nice. Like it's very realistic, the perspective of this drawing, I feel like. Or it's more realistic, but it's also so surreal at the same time. And this, like she's so big, and then there's small characters and a whole environment on her head. Oh, I never noticed those two. There's really something about the way he draws. I think he draws with a tush, what, marker? No, like ink tush. Also, Yuri Norstein and Francesca Yabusova also really love the way this also really breaks up space. Again, with having different perspectives and different... It almost looks like they're in an environment, but the way that the scale and the perspective is placed, like here, the house and the characters are almost a part of the same environment, but it's broken because the scale and the perspective are totally different, but they're kind of drawn as the same environment. It's one picture, but at the same time it's not. Just, oh my god, Slavic illustrators, and obviously they are also animators. It's just so good. The characters, the shadows, everything. Also Albin Brunovsky, also again with the space. like these windows into the house. And his characters are really nice. The composition, and like this green is very very green, right? But it doesn't disturb the overall composition and harmony of the picture. Also here the red is so bright, and also like the green and the blue, but there's still harmony. And this is almost hidden within the drawing because she's so dominant. You can keep looking, and there's keep coming new things to look at. So bright colors, but it still just makes sense. The bright colors are used in like blocking in important shapes. Like this could very well bleed together if they like had these two characters, the woman and the man, had the same color scheme. But he keeps the readability by these very like bright colors, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. Oh my god, just so beautiful. So wild that someone drew this. I feel like just you can so clearly see what's going on here, and then there's something else going on here and here, but they don't take away from each other. You can shift focus, and there is multiple focuses, but it's not like overwhelming, because the whole picture you can also look at that as a calm picture. And the way he makes the house stand out, not by painting it bright colors, but by making the background bright colors and then the house very desaturated. Oh, and also this guy, how he uses space is also so nice. And scale, how he uses scale of the characters and buildings in his illustrations. And also composition. And they're kind of stiff looking characters, but the overall image is really nice. And negative space in his art is so nice. It's so good. There's such a clear story in his illustrations. And yeah, even though the characters are stiff, there's still a really nice flow. The overall picture blends together, but if you look closely, there is like stuff going on inside of the illustration that you don't notice at first. I just want to show you guys all of his drawings, Alban Brunelleschi, because I love them all. But I don't know if that's really interesting, because you could just look them up yourself. But anyways, I have nothing better to do right now, or maybe I should pack, but I don't want to. So, also really love the way he draws faces. It's kind of creepy, but the characters have such serenity too. I don't know how to describe it. Like, obviously he's very also skilled at drawing and like shape. I love this one as well. I feel like you always learn with like red and green that there should be more green than red, because then the red would take over the image. But here he really does the opposite, and it works so well. Because I think maybe because the green is so saturated as well and so light. There's also a degree of yellow, which might also work. And then also the accent color of like blue also makes it really interesting. If it was just red and green, I feel like it would be very like graphical. But there is blue and more black tones and yellow tones, even though red and green is like the primary colors used. There's more detail around the focus of the illustration, the Hydra and the man and the princess, so they stand out more. And then the red is really, there's not that much depth compared to right here, for example, and also around. Also, the silhouette of the character is so clear because of the contrast between red and green. Also, the way he uses so many colors here, like there's almost blocks of colors that I used to separate the focuses of the painting. Green, and then there's like a triangle blue, then she's red, and then there's like yellow, and so it's very monochrome. Here is monochrome, here's monochrome, and here, which is very interesting, and I don't feel like I've really seen that somewhere else. He also has some black and white drawings and sketches like this that are also very monochrome. Like this one is really, what is it called? Stemningsfull. It's very vibey. Like it's so surreal and so crazy that you really want to know what's the story going on. Like there is a story, but it's very dream-like. This is also like the kind of space where the perspective, there's more than one perspective in the environment. Like here, the characters are way too big compared to here. And like there's a small tiny sign, even though like technically it kind of looks like these characters are a part of the same perspective, but they're just, the scale is bigger. And here it looks like they're on the same plane, right? Yeah, I just love that. And like, yeah, flat illustration and flat perspective are always really nice. I also love when you mix flat perspective and 3D perspective together. Like here you kind of mix flat and 3D spaces.
Ja. Har du set nogle af dine undervandsoptagelser?
Ja, vil du ikke prøve?
Og holde den nedenunder?
Ja.
Hører den nu, om der filmer den noget?
Ja, hvad kan?
Lidt kan det.
I'm gonna miss the bog. Stribmose. Bog. Bog is such a weird word. I like the Danish word a lot better for it. Like mose is so much better. Don't come for me. Just sketching some characters, and I somehow ended up with this like pure kind of concept that, you know, the sad clown story. And I just kind of want to, really fun to play with that, but also getting more comfortable with Clip Studio. And I feel like I've hit like a point where I'm actually feeling more comfortable, especially with the brushes, and actually liking the brushes, because that was like my biggest problem, that I kind of didn't like the brushes. But yeah, so trying to also play a bit with different characters and what I like in characters, and also a bit of trying some expression. I would say I could draw a face, but I really want to get good at expressions. And I really like these. I'm not really sure about this one. I also drew this on the same page, but I kind of didn't like it as much as the others, more because this is more true to what I was trying to look for, I guess. This is like a silhouette I made. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, or if I'm just gonna delete it, honestly. But just the shape or form. But yeah, I was just like looking at more fantastical or like circus-esque outfits, and then it kind of escalated to pure. This is also something I drew some days ago. Just a sketch, really, not really thinking too much about anything. But it is getting a little late, even though it's very light outside. It is actually kind of late. And yesterday it was like summer solstice. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that the days will get darker from now on, but it will take a while, so it's okay. I seriously need to go to bed. It is way too late, but I got caught up in drawing this tree. But yeah, now I need to rest. I need to say stop, you know? And maybe do some yoga to stretch out my body, because I've been sitting in this like position for the whole evening.